It's been predicted for a long time and it's just been confirmed. Sony has acquired Housemarque, the developer of the PS5 exclusive Returnal. The move is to allow the studio to make bigger, more ambitious games. Hermen Hulst, the head of PlayStation Studios, said, Housemarque's recent release of Returnal proves the studio is one with incredible vision, capable of creating memorable new games that resonate with our community. This addition enhances the creative forces of PlayStation Studios, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for Housemarque. And Ilari Kutsinen, the co-founder and managing director of Housemarque, said, We are so excited to finally join the PlayStation Studios family. This gives our studio a clear future and a stable opportunity to continue delivering on gameplay-centric approaches while still experimenting with new methods of narrative delivery and pushing the boundaries of this modern art form. With the backing of SIE and its family of studios supporting us, we can truly grow into our place in the industry and show what Housemarque can create with no limitations. So, it finally happened. Well, what's interesting is acquisition talks didn't actually begin until last year, 2020, and they were for the most part organised over Zoom. What we don't know is how much Sony paid to acquire Housemarque. In 2019, they paid $229 million for Insomniac Games, but that is a much bigger company and it certainly was a much bigger developer. And Housemarque is a developer with traditionally indie roots. It's made indie games, so we can assume that Sony would have paid a lot less than what it did for Insomniac. So the quotes actually reveal quite a bit of interesting information. Hermen Hulst's reference to Returnal suggests Sony was waiting to see how the game would perform, and it was a full price game, a $70, £70 game, and there was a lot of criticism of it, but it's definitely found an audience, definitely found quite a big audience. Admittedly, there haven't been that many next-gen exclusives to compete with it, so that was a good thing working to its advantage. And Ilari, he explains why they made the move. Obviously, the financial aspect is going to be a big part of it. But what it means in terms of the actual studio is that it gives the studio security, financial stability, and also that injection of extra cash to continue to try and make premium games that build on what Returnal was able to do. So using Housemarque's unique qualities, unique ability to make these quality games, but with a AAA budget. But in another interview with GQ magazine, held jointly with Hermen and Ilari, is an interesting detail came out, and that is that each of the heads of the PlayStation Studios, they meet up at regular intervals for a studio head forum. This is where they all get together, kind of like the Justice League of superheroes, sitting at their table. But instead of superheroes, instead of Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman, this is developers from the Sony Studios. They discuss their initiatives, their ideas, what they're doing with technology, how they're moving their games forward, and by sharing ideas within the studios, I guess it basically raises the game for all of them to improve the quality of what they're doing. And this could explain why Sony has been able to lift the bar consistently with quality with their first party games. Now, Hermen Hulst, he is asked whether there is an arms race in the industry, whether the big companies are trying to buy up all the smaller developers so that they have the strongest chance of success, of winning. And what Hermen says in response to the question is, he says, no, not at all. We're very selective about the developers that we bring in. And he also says that they are specifically looking for developers who have a similar set of values and creative goals that Sony does. Says they're very, very targeted acquisitions of teams that we know well. So what Sony isn't doing is looking to see what's successful and try and take them off the table from their competitors. Rather, they are just specifically looking for partners that they've been working with for a long time, and they have been working with Housemarque for many years, 15 years. And by doing this, it just makes sense for them to partner together. It gives Housemarque that security and that opportunity to develop, and it gives Sony another new studio that they've got in their stable to continue making great games for PlayStation. This is a positive story for Housemarque and for PlayStation, and it will be really interesting to see what Housemarque can now do with an unlimited budget. Thanks for watching, hit the like button and subscribe. Cheers.